I've seen other similarly powerful people in the past, whether it be in Uganda and elsewhere, who came and went. Some promised to kill people, but they died before them. So when I look at Muhoozi threatening to kill people, what guarantee do you have that you will not die next week, for example? Well before any of these people you're threatening to kill and abduct. Because you're not good. But I don't know what keeps running in his mind. He imagines he has all of a sudden become immortal. I've seen leaders, including members of parliament, who say Muhoozi is their leader, and they sing his praises, even when he breaks the law in a wanton manner. I hope that these leaders, MPs, ministers, and so on, I see them showering him praises. I hope that they can wake up and advise this man to stop breaking the law. Because they are not safe either. And I know some of them are clamoring for some positions here and there, some attention. So he will write his garbage and they will go and they are praising him. Yes, we salute you, our generational leader. We support you. Really? What guarantee do you have that you are safe yourselves? Because as we have told you, even NRM folks are not safe. The generals that Muhoozi commands, some of whom he has said were his friends and so on, they're not safe either. We have seen how he has abducted them, held them without trial for very long periods of time. And then afterwards, he says, I have sat with this person and I have forgiven him. So you who are singing praises of this man, what guarantee do you have that tomorrow he will not be pouncing on you? Because he has done that to everybody around him. He has total disregard for the rule of law. And you're there, our generational leader. Advise him to do the right thing. Because you are not safe either. I hope that these people can wake up to these realities. Hong was apprehended because she broke the law, stole taxpayers' money, and she abused office. Of course, I'm waiting for her day in court. I'm not one of those who got very excited when I saw they were seizing her home and so on. I'm waiting for her to be produced in court. All this evidence we have been adducing is presented and she gets to be charged. I hope that gets to happen. But I also wonder, what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. Muhoozi keeps abusing his authority and office. When is he going to be called to order? That's a question that Ugandans out there have. When will he be called to order? Because we are not saying that we cannot be arrested, we in the opposition or anybody anyway. But what does the law say? The law prescribes how an arrest should be conducted and by who, and where people should be taken. Now we hear that Council Elias Lukwago has been taken to police somewhere. We have learned and we are going to follow up. But he was picked up on Monday. Where has he been held since Monday? Because the law gazettes detention places. He should have been taken to police on Monday, not to some kind of basement, and within 48 hours produced in court. But these things don't happen, and we think it is okay. It cannot be okay. And when I see serious people and leaders cheering him on, and they call themselves patriots, you are not patriotic because you keep violating the law. And you need to tell this man the truth. You know, one time Mr. Museveni said that all the hangers on, all the people around his son, they are after money. He said that. They are self-seekers. They want some little money, some positions here and there. That's the reality. But I think Muhoozi, he keeps thinking this is genuine love. As a people, we have got to be united against this oppression. I know that sometimes we point the daggers at each other. So and so you have not done enough. So and so you have not done enough. We need to place the problem where it lies. We need to demand for accountability from the perpetrators of these ills. Not going after each other, because I've seen some of that petty talk. This person, you have spoken just once, you have not spoken enough, you have not done enough. Can we target the real culprits? Because that's what they want us to do. They want us to come after each other as a people. They are the ones we ought to be targeting on a daily basis. So the culprits are the regime. It is Muhoozi. Those are the people we should be blaming, not blaming each other. Because now if they pick up one of us, then we begin to blame each other. But we know who is holding the person. That's where we should target all our energies. And so we ask the arms of government to take action against these violations, to take action against this plummeting disregard for the rule of law. The executive, I hope you don't think you're safe, you ministers, because you've seen Muhoozi say, this one I have appointed, this one I've appointed. So what happens if he's angry with you? What guarantee do you have he will not pick you from your home? And so you need to be concerned either as well. The legislature, where we belong. I've seen that there are many MPs who belong to PLU. Of course, it's your right, freedom of association. I hope though PLU is a legal entity because it's headed by a serving military officer who by law is not allowed to do politics. And that's why we are telling this coward Muhoozi, put off our uniform, come down to the political arena. Because you're settling political scores using the office that you occupy. That's not right. If you want a political fight, resign from the army, start a political party, and then let's go down to the grassroots. That's how politics is done. Not you are annoyed with this political figure and so you decide to use the office you occupy as army commander to go after them, abduct them, torture them. That's what cowards do. Not generals. Real generals. They don't behave that way. It's cowards who do that. So stop being a coward. Because you're all over the place, you're looking for attention saying, Ugandans, how many of you love me? How many of you will vote for me as president? You resign. And then come to the political arena where we are. We all go and face the people and convince them. It's very cowardly of you to use the office that you occupy to try and settle political scores, to try and pursue an ambition. You're dying to be loved. How will people love you when you're killing them, when you're torturing them? So when he sees people who have love, he's jealous and envious. That's why I keep saying the thing he says about Honorable Chagulanyi, about Dr. Kizza Besigye. We have an annual Kabaka birthday run. So when he sees the love that the Kabaka has, thousands of people showing up for his run, he also decided to start a birthday run for himself. If you want people to love you, do not force it. Do what's right. Get out of the army, come into the political arena, as should be. Judges are not safe either. The judicial arm. Because if court can issue summons, and then an officer of court, as lawyers, I'm a lawyer, lawyers, we are officers of court. So if an officer of court is being abducted because he has pursued a court remedy to say, court, I have this matter, summon this person, court issues summons, and then the officer of court is abducted, and the judiciary thinks it is safe. No, you are not safe. Because tomorrow you will issue an order that he doesn't like, and then he will come after you. So everybody has got to stand up and be counted. We all have got to say no to this nonsense. It has got to stop. Our Speaker and Deputy Speaker are close to Mr. Muhoozi. In fact, he appointed them his special envoys to Parliament. And they wrote back acknowledging and saluting him, our leader. Yes, we accept the deployment. Of course, it confused me because the Speaker of Parliament is number 3 in the country. Now, how does an army commander deploy a Speaker of Parliament? There is no place for it in the law. If he wants to start a political party, that's okay. Resign from the army, start a political party, recruit whoever you want to recruit. Because in parliament, we belong to different political parties. But this confused me. And that's why I would like to entreat our leaders here at parliament. Now that he appointed you his special envoys and advisors, please advise him to do what's right. Our speaker is a very senior lawyer, and I like that he has started off on resetting parliament. We appreciated him for that stance, and we said we shall keep monitoring so that we see these reforms happening. This is something that should concern him too. I know that, yes, Muhoozi rallied support for him to become our leader, but he's now our leader. And I told him I didn't vote for him, I voted for our candidate at the time, Honorable Paul Mwiro. But the speaker is my leader and our leader, and the deputy speaker. And they, as parliament, the legislature, we're the ones who make these laws. We need to be custodians of these laws that we make. So I would like to appeal to our leaders here at parliament. Please speak to your deployer, because he says he deployed you as special envoys, which has got no place in the law. But I know that you know the law as speaker and as deputy speaker. We should not allow this to continue to happen. Because what happens now, if tomorrow he is angry with you, his special envoy? So that's why all of us have got to fight for the protection of the Constitution and the rule of law. All of us. Because the day of reckoning might come for you as well. And again, I also appeal to our leaders, the Speaker and Deputy Speaker. They pretty much sent the House into recess till 7th July. We are strongly urging them to convene the House. To convene the House so that the legislature gets to redirect affairs of this country to do with constitutionalism, to do with the rule of law. Let's do this. And I'm going to write to the Speaker requesting him to convene the House. When we last had the plenary sitting, I raised these issues, abductions and so on, and the House directed government to come up with a response. And I've seen correspondence by the government chief whip reminding the ministers responsible to get set to respond to these issues. I don't think we should wait for 7th July. It's too far away for these violations to continue happening. It's too far. The country wants to see the legislature directing the country, giving direction, because we're the ones who make the laws. So we need to be able to do that. So our hope is that our leaders here, our presiding officers, will be able to do that for us as parliament and for the country. I thank you. I hope. Well, me, I'm appealing to my leader, the Speaker, who I know is close to him, to guide him. He needs guidance. He needs a lot of guidance about the law, about manners, about many things. So he should be guided. What happens if these atrocities continue? Well, that's why we are calling on the people of Uganda that we all should not allow these things to continue to happen. This is not a responsibility for just the opposition. It's a responsibility for you in the media also, because nowadays they beat you people. Me, when I was in the media, I joined the media in 2006. Yes. And when we were in the media, they never used to beat us. But now they beat you. So why don't you want to talk for yourselves also? So that means everybody should be concerned. Religious leaders, no one is safe. That's the point, yeah? So we should all disallow these things from continuing to happen. Projection for this term. Mr. Museveni said this is Chisanya, no sleep. Indeed, we are not sleepy. We are concerned about the many happenings. Many people are really concerned. But we want to see him actionalize the talk out there. Ours is, we shall keep tightening the noose. That Kulondola he was saying we don't do, we have been doing. Where have you been, Mr. Museveni? We have been doing the Kulondola. We show you the corrupt, you only promote them instead of taking action against them. Then afterwards you pretend, even with the opposition, we are not doing the monitoring. But when we tell you, you don't want to take action. You want to wait until when? All those Kosase reports that we did, it is much later that you wake up to smell the coffee. So really, you cannot blame us. Lubega, we have talked. Next. You don't want us to talk also. Talking is very important. That's why people are being abducted, because they are talking. That's how impactful talking is. We don't have guns. We are not going to pick up guns and go to the bush. We shall use our mouths to articulate the law, the constitution, as it does prescribe all these different things. And that's why some people fear to talk. So those who can talk, let us talk. And that's why to keep you, I mean, you've had some religious leaders saying, me, I won't talk. What if they abduct me also? That's how powerful talking is. And it's what we are encouraging everybody to do. Talk about these things. Don't keep quiet. Dominic, we are making that appeal to him. Our hope is, because he's come through as a reformist speaker, which you've been speaking. You have heard him talk about corruption, which we have been talking about. And he has said he's not going to allow corruption at Parliament. He's going to make sure money descends to committees and so on. He will make sure the Parliamentary Commission is respected and all of that. So I'm speaking to a reformist who is interested in doing the right thing. Yes, all these abductions, are they intended to stifle the opposition? Yes, of course. When Mr. Museveni said that he's going to finish the opposition, maybe he's now using his son to do these things. Intimidate everybody, abduct political leaders, threaten to kill others, and so on. It's their plan. But they make a mistake. They think that this is about us as leaders. It is not. It's about 48 million Ugandans who go to hospital and there is no medicine, who are moving on these terrible roads, who see the shambolic schools they take their children to, who are unemployed, who are grappling with poverty, who are bearing the brunt of human rights violations. That's the real opposition. The opposition is not just we political leaders and our political parties. It is the people of Uganda. You're not going to finish them all. You won't. If anything, these things that you do, they embolden them a lot more. Am I convinced that Mr. Museveni is... And what action should he take? Mr. Museveni, of course, is aware. And a number of times he has come out to even apologize on behalf of the bad manners of his son. When the son wrote threatening Kenya, of course, that was a diplomatic problem. He had to reach out to Kenya and apologize on behalf of his bad-mannered son. So he knows what his son does. The problem is he does not discipline his son. Every parent should discipline their children when they err. So for him, he will go and apologize to the neighbors. I'm sorry for the bad manners of my son. Instead of now disciplining the son, he just promoted him from a 3-star general to a 4-star general. That's the kind of punishment he gave to his son. So you are contributing to the spoiled nature of your son, Mr. Museveni. You're contributing to the problem. You know about it. And that's why we are telling you to stop this problem that continues to happen. Museveni yagamba nti opposition ayagala kugimalawo. Of course, nze kyali ategeeza bye bino. Atume mutabani we atandika okuwamba abakulembeze b'opposition, okubatiisatiisa, okutta abantu baffe abawagizi baffe, era Muhoozi n'abiwandiikako kakati tusaabiri mbabiri tugenda kutta n'abalala. Ebyo ndowooza bye yali ategeeza okututeekamu entiisa. Obuzibu bwe balina abantu bano balowooza nti ensonga zino ziri just kuffe ng'abakulembeze ab'opposition, ababaka, political party leaders. Nedda. Opposition eyaddala be bannayuganda obukadde 48 abagenda mu malwaliro nga teri ddagala, abavubuka batalina mirimu, ikonomi batabuseeko, abatwala abaana ba mu masomero ga UPE teri kusoma kwonna okugenda mu maaso, ba intern be mutaagala kusasula, abasomesa aba arts abagamba nti yeffe twazza gwaki, abasirikale abafuna akasaala akatono naye mubakozesa okukola ebikolobero ebya buli kika, eyo yonna ye opposition gye mulina. Kati bo bayinza okulowooza nti oba naatagetinga ffe abakulembeze bajja kufuna obuweerero. Nedda, if anything kyongera kukuma muliro mu nsonga eno na bannayuganda kwongera kubanyiigira. Beerabira. Yes, twogedde ki ekiddako. Lwaki temwagala n'okwogera? Twogere okwogera kwa maanyi nnyo, kwa nkizo nnyo. Ffe tetugenda kukwata mundu tugende mu nsiko. Tujja kukozesa emimwa gyaffe ne ssemateeka yaffe. Kyovudde olaba abamu batya okwogera, bannaddiini abamu bawulira nti nze sijja kwogera nange bwe banampamba, kubanga akimanyi nti mulimu okwogera kulimu amaanyi. So tulina okwogera ku nsonga zino tuleme kutiisibwatiisibwa. Tugambe tukole fujjo, tukwate mundu tugende mu nsiko tukole ki? Tuwogere ku nsonga zino tuzivumirire ffenna nno, si just for opposition. Abamawulire kubanga ennaku zino nammwe mukubibwa. Mwe temwagala mubeere mu environment nga musobola okukola emirimu gyammwe obulungi, kati nammwe kibakakatako okwogera. Bannaddiini ennaku zino bawambibwa. Civil society baani kuga buli omu tali safe. Kitegeeza nti ffenna tulina okuvaayo ku nsonga zino. Yes, Speaker,